Have you ever noticed what you're noticing? And have you ever noticed what you're not noticing? This being human is a bit of a mystery in that we have this span of life in which we have many moments, but how many of the moments do we not notice at all? The picture I've posted is of a beautiful beach scene. And you can imagine watching this scene and being aware of the subtle changes that happen. The wind rustling the vegetation, the clouds floating by, the waves coming in and going out and coming in and going out. We can notice those types of things if we put our mind to it. But do we notice the more subtle changes, how each grain of sand is pushed by the waves, and how the landscape is left changed by each wave? It's easy to notice after a storm has come through, where our mind can notice the big changes. But can we notice the small things? It's in noticing the small things that we begin to appreciate this gift of life. Can any of you recall the sensation of taking your first breath? I certainly can't. But what an amazing experience it must have been, filling the lungs for the first time, feeling the breath, and then noticing that each breath continues on its own, that each breath is a gift that requires no action. It only asks that it be received. Can you receive your breath? Can you appreciate the gift of your breath? And can you receive the small, subtle gifts of life? That is in the subtlety that we discover and sometimes find ourselves surprised. The times when we say, I wonder how long that's been going on. Or, that's new. Part of our path is learning to appreciate the many, many, many gifts of life. And being able to attune to the small gifts, the subtle gifts, and learning to say thank you for each of those. I invite you to participate in this short exercise of centering prayer. It's an exercise in training our mind to appreciate the gifts we've been given. As we prepare, I invite you to sit comfortably but with an erect spine. Let your eyes close softly, let your jaw relax. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Let out a great big loud long sigh through the mouth. Nice deep breath in through the nose. Big loud long sigh out through the mouth. Deep breath in through your nose. Fill completely. And a big, loud, long sigh out through the mouth. Empty completely and hold empty. Now let your breath wash back in on its own through the nose. Bring all your attention, all your awareness, simply to experience your breath. If possible, allowing yourself to simply watch your breath flowing in and out. and resisting the urge to try and control your breath. Can you observe it as it is? And begin to watch your breath in detail. Notice the exact instant your breath begins to flow in. And notice the exact instant that the breath starts to flow out. Notice that there are times when the breath is moving, and there are times when the breath is still. And continuing to notice your breath in detail, begin to notice the sensations in your body associated with breathing. Feeling the sensations as breath flows in, as breath flows out, as breath is still. Observing each portion of the breath as something new. Receiving each breath as something you've never received before. Accepting its uniqueness. And as your breath flows in, say silently to yourself, "Thank you." Likewise, as your breath flows out, "Thank you." With each breath in and each breath out, "Thank you." Thank you for all this sensation. Thank you for this body that feels the sensation. Thank you for this breath. Thank you for this consciousness that observes the breath. Thank you for this life and each breath that it contains. I invite you to take a deep breath in through your nose. A great big loud sigh. Let your eyes flutter open. Amen, amen, amen.